At Friday, August 27th, kids at home. One, we miss you. Two, don't die. Three, it should be a short video, which you would know that because you're looking at the time right now when you did the clicky thing. I think it's in this direction if I had to guess correctly. And yes, I am wearing an awesome shirt in case you needed to get a closer look at it. All I want to do is be able to explain a few things with the small world things, and I'm going to walk you guys sort of how today's quiz works, and then home children, you'll get a chance to do it, and you'll be good to go from there. Living children, let's walk you guys through things. Everyone has iPad, I'm hoping, so you guys get to take easy version. Okay, and that makes things a lot easier on you, which we'll get to here in a moment. Home children, I'm not going to ask you if you have iPad, because if you don't have an iPad, I don't know how you're watching this, so you're just traveling through time, so apparently you have your own issues. Let's see, to there. And then good job with those of you who figured out the misspelling on there. So proud of you, Bart. All right, there. And again, not this class, but for my other kiddos who are at home at the end of today, anyone who's still in single digits, I get to send out the emails. And again, not this class, but my other ones, a lot of kids seem to be losing B points because apparently thinking and using your brain makes a kid's mouth go nonstop. So I'll be entertained to see if that actually works for you guys. If today's thinking actually makes your mouths activate, or if you guys just all of a sudden just blink so furiously like your eyelids start heating up. And so I look forward to finding out how that goes. Home children, just make sure you get things taken care of. It's not there. All right. For this part, I am going to hand back your little sheets for those of you guys who went yesterday. It is all graded, and I get to hand them back to you. Those of you who went the previous day may want to get out your sheet because I'm going to explain my special notation and code marks I wrote on there. Home children, this is just not going to mean a whole lot to you yet unless you've already gone or something along those lines, but I'm still going to leave it on here as my reference to help people. I'm going to pause it for a moment as I go through and read kids' names because Zoom tight, because that might be kind of awkward. So I'll be back in just a moment. Hang on. Hey, and we're back. Apparently we're trying to game shame our teacher, but that's a whole different issue. So you have little handouty things, so I can sort of walk you guys through things on here. So children at home, I'm going to do explaining things. Children who are alive, I'll do same explaining thing. Top part up here, you probably don't have a lot of writing on there. For most of you, I probably didn't even circle anything. You just have a 20 written there, and that's it. Because if you didn't make it tough for me to grade, I probably just circled this, or just give you the straight up 20 out of 20. Areas you could have lost points where it has like the things in common. If you have a W out here to the side, that means you gave me weak sauce ones. As in you did things like we're all human and we all have shoes or something like that, which were the directions that said don't do this or I get to charge you points. This is the part where I charged you points. And I just went through there and counted. Did you have your pictures? Did you have your adjectives? Did you not use pen or pencil? Then you got all your points. If you didn't follow those directions, then you can figure out where you lost the points on that one. Questions on the top part? Spell it off.
Ours is different than that one.
Slightly, yeah. This is the regular class. You guys have slightly different things because you're all advanced. You didn't know you were going to flex on me, but yeah. Most of it is the same, the general ideas. All right. Down to this part. If you did not write your partner's name, it should have a little question mark and put -2 on there because directions are not your friend and it cost you 2 points. The no mumbling, as long as I could hear your voice from the back, then you didn't lose points. Some kids were and I couldn't understand the words you said, so I ended up charging you points for that one. Did you remember to say your adjectives and pictures without having to look at the poster or me yelling at you? Then you got your points on that one. Across here, you're going to see weird little symbols. Allow me to explain your weird symbols. If it just has a slashy bit means you did it, which was a good thing. I just crossed them off as you did it. If it has a slashy bit and then a line coming down from it, that means you said something that interested me and then I harassed you about it afterwards. So that's what the little line coming down from it means. Coming across from here, where it says full name, if you have an M, that means you did not say their middle name. If it has an LN, that means you did not say their last name. If it has an M and an LN, that means you barely said any of their name. So where born, if it has city, it means you did not tell me the city where they were born. And most no issues, very few issues. These last parts here, if it says DIR, or something that looks like a very closely scribbled DIR, that means you did not follow the directions for that particular part. And if you have an issue on yours, you can ask me and I can help guide you through it. but that'd be the direction bits. On the name choices, if it has the letter Y, that means you did not tell me why they wanted to be that animal, because you would just say, Carter wants to be a cat, period, moving on. So you didn't tell me why. If it has PL, that means you way butchered the pig Latin to like an embarrassing degree and I had to charge you points. Legit, I had a group yesterday, they go, this is Joey, his pig Latin name is Bob. And they just moved on. And I was like, what now? I'm like, that was creative. Like, that's not how pig Latin works at all. And like all the kids in the group did that. So like it was a team commitment. I mean, I respected the fact that all four of them were like, Wonder Twin powers, activate! And then like 4 of them, kids not paying attention. But that's a reference to a 70s cartoon. I think that's most of the issues, pig Latin and into there. And then make sure your mathy bits add up to the 40-50 bits. Anything I did not cover that's confusing you from there. All right. Home children, if you have questions, you're out of luck because you're not alive. All right. Then I'm moving. Those of you who have not gone yet, my last remaining group in here, just memorize all of that for next week. And then when you get a chance to go, you should have your answers that connect to that one. All right. I'm assuming we have no questions. I have that one. We should be good to go there. For today's quiz, and this does apply to you home children also, here's what it covers. Direction following, problem solving, canvas exploring, and then the last part was just seeing if I could get kids to try to lick their elbows. And again, in first period, the answer was 8. 8 children immediately tried to lick their elbows. At least in this class, we only hit 3, so that's a slightly smaller number. And yeah, I mean, don't give up. Keep trying. So now you have homework for the entire weekend. You just need to get a longer tongue and just keep committing to it. On here, I'm hoping you guys know what problem solving means. What I did on the quiz, you have access to every question on the quiz. Also, all of my quizzes from today through the last day you're with me are open note, open book, open Google tests and quizzes. You can open Google everything for my class. So if I ever give you a question that you can Google the answer for, that's a me issue. So you should be able to, you're welcome to it. Now, you can't lean over and look off someone else's iPad. That's not Googling. That's cheating. But my thought is, big people, if we don't know an answer to something, we Google it. That's a life skill. If you don't know an answer to a thing, Google it. It's a life skill. Now, knowing all that, every answer on today's quiz can be found on my Canvas page, except for one, because it required you to pay attention in class. But there's a hint to help you figure out that one question. Everything else is somewhere on my Canvas page. It just requires you to
Explore Canvas.
And So when you get to one and you go, I have no idea how to, your answer is, so you can be able to figure it out instead of just passing out on the ground like first period did. You can try to figure out where on the Canvas page it is. Everything is there. I'm just seeing how well you can problem solve and not get overly frustrated. Home children, same thing for you. How well can you problem solve and figure out your way through all of the stuff on there except for the one question? If you're a home child on that one question, you're going to be out of luck because it does require you to be alive and in here. So you're going to have to do this thing that scientists came up with called guessing. And we're going to wish you the best of luck. Unless you were smart. Actually, no. That's a lie. I just lied to you. It is on my Canvas page. It just requires you to go back and watch every YouTube video for my class since the beginning of the year. And then you should be good to go. So it all depends on how much you want to commit to getting that one question right. Bowen?
So if someone's using Google Chrome and you look at their iPad, because technically they are using Google, so they're Googling for you.
Right. Here's how you get to quiz. Home children, same thing for you. You may now go to quiz. You're going to open up, go to the land of Canvas, and then on there should be a little button that says First Class Quiz. And you go clicky, clicky. And it should also be like over here on the side, there's like a First Class Quiz, and then over there on the assignments, you can find it the same way. Home children, you're going to have to navigate and go clicky to get there also. It's going to make your life easier if you know how to open up multiple windows at once or multiple tabs at once, because you're going to want to have the quiz open and then also be able to explore my Canvas page at the same time. This is another one of those skill things and problem-solving things you're learning. This is what made 2 kids pass out in first period, because they couldn't figure that one out, and apparently they held their breath and just hit the ground. Then you're going to come up to here and it has the directions. I'm going to recommend you read the directions. Now, it's Canvas, so this weird directioning thing is going to be at the top of every single question. That you don't have to keep reading over and over again. And it's just the one time, read it, and then each question has its own things below that. Go clicky, ready from there. I highly recommend you read all the direction-y things from there. When you're done, you can work on other homework. I don't care. You can draw me a picture and bring me happiness, because it's a Friday if you want to. You can work on other things for another class. You can listen to TikTok if you want to, as long as you have headphones. You're not sitting there trying to dance. Find a thing that's not going to make me yell at you, and then you should be good. The quiz is officially due at midnight tonight. Home children, it is due at midnight tonight. So my goal is for you to finish it in class and then be done with it. But some of you may need more time than that. If you take after school, that's fine. Just realize if it's not turned in by midnight, it becomes a late grade and it drops your grade down. So it's due by midnight. Did I answer your question, Alex?
Yep.
Truman?
You're off by a minute. It's actually 11:59.
Well, it's due at midnight, but yeah, on there it says 11:59. I'm not in control of that. That's how it works, because then it switches over to the next day. You can write Mr. Canvas and complain to him. All right. Home children, this is all I have for you now. Home children, just make sure you submit it, and then you should be good to go, and then that's all I have for you. And I think that's it. Enjoy your weekend. I don't know what's going on with my hands.